Did you know that I'm a middle-aged man playing Dungeons and Dragons on YouTube? Yes, you heard me right. And we're going to go and join a couple of other middle-aged men and a teenager and some other kids. Oh my God, we're misfits. So, 77 and day 47. Gonna mark that before I forget. A night of jellyberry pies, a night of jellyberry pie fantasy-filled dreams or nightmares occur for all of you. But as the morning arrives and breakfast is on the agenda, you set off on a shopping spree for bacon, eggs, and the etceteras. But you decided to hatch a plan to cure Constantine, which included weed killer. Yep, weed killer. That's exactly how I wrote it down as well. And a jellyberry pie to the face. Well, after ingesting the weed killer pie concoction from the side of his face, Constantine collapsed into a heap and starts convulsing on the floor. Arthur was the only one that was able to stabilise him. Luckily enough, while on the search for some help amongst the town, you managed to stagger across Glendid and his crag cat. Glendid said that he was able to help Constantine but would need to take him back to his home. So he loaded him on top of the crag cat and set off as fast as lightning. You followed, taking many hours to walk almost half the length of the island. But as you eventually get there through a snake-infested forest, you reach the mountainside. The word Melloc open the doors, and you enter to the sounds of drums in the deep. So Dudley was the first one to enter the doorway, and as the stale air hit him in the face, and the sounds of doo-dum, 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 coming from the deep darkness of the caverns. I'll put an epileptic warning on this one.
Is it drum beat like a drum, or does it sound like something else is making it?
I mean, it sounds like doo-dum, 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 coming from the deep.
But is it more like a heartbeat sound, or is it like a...
Well, they described it as drums in the deep.
Okay. All right.
Sounds like drums.
Okay. What, like the steel Jamaican drums?
No, the leathery, scary drums of a goblin horde.
Ah, okay.
Not that it is the leathery, scary drums of a goblin horde, but those people that have watched Lord of the Rings know what drums in the deep sound like.
Are there any side entrances? Instead of us going straight towards this thing, can we flank it?
This is the only entrance you know to Glendid's home.
Okay.
This is the only place you've ever been to. This is the only place you've ever seen where Glendid was. In one of the 3 conversations you've had with him previously, this was one of the places where you met him. You don't know any other ways in. But as you would stand in the doorway looking, it's not a cave. It's an underground city. You can see that the walls are all built up. There are flagstones everywhere. It's all very. What's the word? I say urban, but that's not the right word. It's a civilization, an underground civilization. I think one of the better. Roll me an intelligence. All of you.
Who? Who? Where'd my dice go? Oh.
$13.
We'll do it as a team.
8.
Nice. Takara, you got something special?
No. 1.
Wow!
Yeah.
So your average is 11. Well, actually, that's 2. Wow. Oh my god, your average is like 7.5. Or 7 1/3. Okay. You can see that the internals of this cave have been built. It's not just, a cave. Like it's been structurally built. Yeah.
Okay.
About far as I can go with that. Can't go much further with a 7.
Are there any inscribings or symbols? Or
Not
just-
in this area, no.
Okay.
That's why I wanted the intelligence check, because then I could have passed the information on.
Okay. So we're stupid enough to just walk in then.
Well, you're stupid enough to not know who built it.
I think we should walk in.
Yeah.
That guy on his big cat seemed pretty friendly.
You leave off. He's mine. I mean, yes, very friendly.
Pardon?
Oh, no, don't worry.
So you step in and you walk in. As you walk in, the light behind you, the light from the doorway dims a bit, and you step into the shadows. But as you pass forward, only maybe 40 feet away from the door, you hear a trigger. And all of a sudden, you can hear as if cogs are moving.
It could be an elevator.
Are we going up or down? Are
No,
we
you're
moving?
staying still.
Oh. It could be... Oh. It might be a different kind of elevator.
What's with the elevator? It's an elevator. I mean, a giant rock-built cavern and an elevator.
And we hears the cog spinning round.
And you hear a cog spinning around, yeah.
Right. Well, I thinks that... Is the walls closing in?
Nope, nothing's moving.
No. I think we're fine. Is there any way to go?
It's a huge area. You've only walked in a few feet. It's a massive open.
Well, I think we should get to looking around, guys.
All right then.
You all step forward one pace, and as you step forward one pace, all of a sudden you hear and the cogs stop moving, and lamps, all high level, maybe 30, 40 feet off of the ground, just start to illuminate.
Oh, that's quite cool. He's got a motion light system.
That is pretty cool, to be fair.
With these new lights, can we see anything different?
You can see everything. You can see carvings on the walls. You can see huge flagstone work where pillars have been built, sort of 150 feet high, holding from the ground all the way up to the top of the cave, supporting walkways upon walkways upon walkways above your head. There are arches, all engraved and carved out of stone. It's quite a sight to be seen, really. None of you have seen anything quite as spectacular.
I have seen something as spectacular because I saw a T-Rex's balls. They weren't tasting very nice.
That was a weird comment. I've seen something as spectacular as 150-foot T-Rex testicles.
They don't taste
spectacular,
very nice
to
though.
be
But they
They're a
don't
bit-
taste nice. What?
They're a bit sour. So
What? I'm glad you said sour and not salty.
that's just the aftertaste.
But as you continue to look around, you can see masses of carvings in the stonework, but it's all absolutely immaculate. Oh, what's that? Newt, you wanna have a look at it because it's stonework. Okay. So Newt uses his stone cunning. That's why I like knowing all the characters. Newt uses his stone cunning, and basically, what you have got and what you are surrounded by is maybe 200, 250, possibly even 300-year-old dwarven civilization underground.
Does anybody think there's people here?
Not Dakari, apparently.
Oh,
Wow, I can't see anyone.
oh. Shall we try shouting? I think that shouting would be a good idea. It would, yes.
Sure. Why not?
Yeah, why not?
Hello. Oh, hello.
Chipmunk's just on top of your head game.
I'd like to shout, please.
That's all right. Well, Dakari's just beating you to it.
Oh.
You can chat too if you like. He shouted hello. What do you want to shout?
I'm here too.
You hear a peculiar noise. Maybe sounds like language, but you can't quite make out what it is. With a reply.
I think they're tribal. See, I once knew a little family of tribal people. They got eaten, but they were quite nice.
While you're all standing there,
Did you eat him?
did
No,
No.
No.
Rona's turned into a cannibal. What's this about?
No. I didn't eat the people. The
Okay.
T-Rex ate the people, and I ate the T-Rex balls.
Sure. How's that pizza tasting? Got meatballs on it. Yeah, God. But yeah, you hear the noise. You hear the noises coming from high above you along the walkways, and you also what follows is a long, continuous noise of.
Do you think they have a very comically large piece of dynamite?
Is it a snake or lizard hiss?
It is a snake-ish hiss, yeah.
Oh, I thought it was a piece of dynamite.
Can I tell what the hiss is saying?
It's just a hiss.
Uh-huh.
Can I
There was
have a
no
look
language
around?
behind the hiss.
Can I have a look around to see if I see anything moving?
You want to look around and see if anything's moving? You
I
can
would,
look around
yeah.
and see if there's anything moving.
Okay. Where did my dice go? Oh, sorry.
So, there's anyone down there?
22.
Okay. You don't see anything directly, but behind one of the rocks, you catch out your peripheral something move behind it, and then you hear almost a giggle.
I wouldn't laugh at me if I was you. Oh.
And then a child, I'm not even going to attempt to do it, a childish giggle comes from behind. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do it because it's just some creepy shit, bro.
So either there's a very small dwarf child here, or it's a trap, and there's actually
A really big dwarf child.
yeah. Oh, that just be. I think someone finds out. I just go watch the door and say hello. Oh.
You walk, and as you walk over to the rock, and you peep over, you see a tiny, maybe 2.5, 3 foot tall, blue dragonling.
I have 2 to 3 foot tall is actually not tiny. It's very average sized.
Or like 3.5, 4 foot. So you're fine.
Very nice. Hi, dragon. Hello, dragon friend. Are you lost?
No, not lost. Not lost at all. No. Following him. That one. Yeah, him. That guy. Yep.
Who are you following?
That one.
Me?
Yeah, you. Following you. Yeah. Yep, you.
Are you here to kill me?
No. No, silly. No. No.
Are you one of the guys that are in that bloody coat?
No, it wasn't me! And he just tries to run away.
I just sprint after him.
And you sprint after him. And
Yeah, as soon as I catch him.
from behind a load of the rocks in there, they all just jump out and go, ah! And all 5 of them just start sprinting. It's like, they're onto us! Run!
Wait. I want to just catch one. I would like to. Oh, screw it. I'll cast Freedom of the Waves. And Whirlpool, I would like to cast.
Okay, pick a
trap.
colour.
pick a colour of dragon.
Yeah, as in
Yeah.
they represent each one represents a head of Tiamat. So pick a colour.
Oh, sick. Give me red.
I
And
showed you the menu last week. See, look,
yeah, give me a red.
blue,
Ooh.
red, green, black, and white.
Give me the red.
I love that mini. Red. You want the red one?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay. So what do you do to catch him?
I scout out the red one. I'd be like, red's a pretty cool colour. And then I'll go, psst, and then he goes, wow! And then he's inside the whirlpool.
Apparently, it sounds like Mario. Wow.
Wow! I don't think he did that.
All right, fine. Yes, fine. You get him all wet, and then.
And then, because I'm super cool, I'm gonna dive into it and put him in a headlock. And then I would like to dispel the whirlpool once I've got hold of him. I need to probably use a spell slot for that.
Yes, it'd be nice.
Hang on.
And you saw the water disperses. Both of you now. Damn, you got this stupid thing in a headlock, and just all you guys start like, let me go, let me go,
And then I will bring him over to the Dikari. And I'll say, I don't know what I say actually. I'll say, right, you want to kill him? Well, you can at least speak to him, because that's the nice thing to do.
And he stands in front of you, looks up, and he goes, "My Uncle D."
Do I recognise him as my nephew?
Yes, you do.
All right.
Hi, Uncle D.
What's his name?
Name.
Ah. Hello, Huey.
Hi.
What are you doing?
Well, you know, like, you're worth a lot of money. And he's like standing there just kicking the floor, just doing that one. You know, you're worth a lot of money. And well, I want it. I wasn't going to hurt you. I was just going to try and catch her.
Oh.
And then after you were cool, I could take you back. And then Deirdre would have given me all that money. And I could have bought myself a new village. And then me and my friends, we could have just partied all the time. And the green one...
She would have killed me.
The green one just jumps on a rock and goes, I like to party all the time, party all the time.
What have I told you about hanging around with these bloody idiots?
They're not idiots, Uncle D, they're my friends.
They're idiots.
They're all right. They're not the brightest, but all right.
Well, I tell you what. Here you go. Grab my hand. Now you've got me. Try and take me somewhere.
And he just looks at all of his mates, right? Just saying, and just kind of goes, "Get him." And they all just run over and they bundle. And I mean, like it's like a bunch of 3-year-olds on the big uncle at the wedding. Do you know what I mean? It's that fight on dance floor. They're climbing up on you. Arthur's on top, giving it a.
And I one by one flick them off.
I mean, it is that. It is literally.
Kids.
Well, you can't blame their ingenuity, Uncle D.
Well, I've got to give you props for trying, even though
We got props.
you're an idiot.
Oh. But
But what are you going to do now, huh?
Go home and tell my mum an idiot.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
All right, fine. And he sort of turns and he does that. And he goes, one more try again! Literally, well, you got one of them grabbing onto your tail and he's just doing that, swinging on the back.
Well, I pick up Huey and I say to him, I tell you what, lads, I will give you some money every time you come back to me with some information of who's after me.
Hold on, lads. I've got an idea. Here, Uncle D, how about if you give us money every time we come back to you and tell you who's after you? I think that's a good idea. I think I'm clever.
I think that's a very good idea.
My mum always said I was educated.
Yeah, you're always special.
Cool, your nephew's a smart one there, Dakari.
Well, he gets it from me, I suppose.
And I think to get you all on your way, I will give you each. I'm feeling generous. Each a piece of gold.
It's 1 gold each.
Yeah, I feel nice.
Deirdre only offered us one for all of it.
Well, there you go.
Well, fine. Okay. So information, 1 gold each. And
It depends on the information.
We've already got the 1 gold from the lanky one over there.
Right. So
Okay.
if you hold on. If
I'm
you,
listening.
I'm sorry. Right. If you come to us with information that we think is valuable for the safety of your uncle, yeah.
I'm listening, yeah.
All right. Then I will. Well, maybe not me because I'm getting a bit low on funds. But one of us will give you a piece of gold each to do with what you will.
That depends on the information.
Yeah, that's what I said. If we find it valuable,
He did say whether it was good information or not.
All right.
Hold on a second.
Don't you be telling anyone about this either.
I'm going to confer with my business partners.
Yeah, go and grind up the dipshits.
And they turn around and do a huddle. And you can just hear, so, yeah, we're going to 5 gold. Do we tell him about the... Oh, no. Yeah, all right. And they all sort of turn, they do the old say his name as he appears or sort of, right.
So,
One gold piece for good information. I want to see the money.
I get 5 pieces of gold out of my pocket.
Okay. So, Uncle D, do you remember the big grey dreadnought that used to... He went like that. The guy that was in charge before Deirdre.
Yes.
Right, a big dreadnought guy. Well, he's been specifically hired by Deirdre to find you, garrot you, and stick you on a pole.
Wonderful.
Do you have any idea where he is?
Oh, the last time we saw him, he was somewhere over the North Mountains. He was standing on top of the old idol. The idol. But that's why we came to try and get you first, because we didn't want him to get you, because he was going to do nasty stuff. We were just going to try and catch you and take you back.
So he could then just do nasty stuff after the fact.
Well, no,
So at least you
we're-
get paid first, you little dipshit.
No, we wanted to keep you alive, Uncle D.
Well, now you will be keeping me alive and getting paid handsomely for it.
They sort of turn around and go, yay!
All right. Well, I believe that was pretty good information. So I will give you each your pocket money.
And they sort of hold it and they go, no, if only we had pockets.
Oh dear.
You can't hear that they're giving them a pocket. He goes, don't worry, I've got this. And they all followed suit and just stuck their nose. Don't do it till we get home. Put it in the piggy bank. We'll see you, Uncle D. We'll come back with more information.
So bloody embarrassing.
Oh dear. I'm down to 3 gold pieces.
You hear through the echoes of the cave. The blue one sort of turns and goes, so we're not going to grab him and take you back then? No, shut up. Oh, all right. And he's just the slowest of the 5.
So who's the Grey Dreadnought?
The Grey Dreadnought was basically he was Deirdre's predecessor. He was one of the bodyguard that actually became a guardian. He was the one originally, because you would know all these stories. He was the one that overthrew Marwell.
Okay.
And if you remember Marwell's the one with the mechanical wings.
Cool.
So the Dreadnought was the one that overthrew and banished Marwell.
He now wants to kill me.
Well, yeah.
Fantastic.
And just so I can give you a reminder of what he looks like.
Oh, he's fat. That's right. We got this.
Well, yeah. In a comparison, there you go.
Is that my big form? That's a little bit better.
Yeah, easy.
Right, so I need to save that.
Light work, baby.
Well, shall we continue, guys?
And you turn around and you hear, ah, shit! I dropped my gold.
Aw.
So embarrassing.
I knew you'd appreciate them.
No, that's darling.
Just to get the more oils. One more day, as in tomorrow, is the arrival of the royal family.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
The royal family.
Are we still trying to save what's her face?
Yeah, at some point.
What's her face?
Mother
Cardinal.
Mother Cardinal, that's all.
I mean, I'm going to go with there's a high chance that
We ain't gonna.
you might find her one day. I'm hoping you find her because it's a good way of carrying on the story. That was kind of like the main task, and you just kind of veered.
I feel that. Yeah, I feel that.
I've mentioned it a few times. But yeah, you continue walking into the cave. You hear the two big stone doors shut as you make more headway into the cave or into the cave. Fuck it. But as you start to look around and you start to see all the archways, you can see that the archways are actually buildings. It's not just archways through cavern to cavern to cavern to cavern. You're actually in an underground city.
Well, I think cities are pretty cool.
A city implies the existence of a pub, yes?
Shall do? Well, shall do.
Oh, that was meant to be a private message.
Fair enough. God, people talking about you can't leave out the DM. That's not funny.
Rowan just asked for a background for the new character.
One of these.
See, letdown, wasn't it? You wish you hadn't asked. You thought it was going to be something good.
But yeah,
So yeah,
you're in a 250-year-old underground dwarven city.
That's a pretty old city. Not as old as dinosaurs, though.
so the existence of a nephew implies the existence of a sibling, Dakari. You got siblings?
Yes.
Sister.
Ah,
I
sister.
have a sister.
Is she single?
No, she is not.
Oh, okay.
She kind of looks like me, but more of a beard.
Yeah?
I
So,
mean, yeah, you're
Half dragon.
you're a dragonborn. He's a half dragon. So,
alright.
I mean, similar species.
Well,
I
things
think
have happened.
I think he could make it work.
They had a freaking
I mean,
cleric.
red and white. You know, they give you a niece because he'll be pink.
And
Even when we get round to it, I'm sure you could shoot you a shot.
is the husband dead and or dying or perfectly healthy?
Let's check.
Well, me,
Yeah,
he's whatever you want him to be, mate.
fantastic. No, he died during childbirth.
Ah.
He bit his fucking head off. You did this to me.
It's almost exactly how it happened.
That hurt. Oh dear. Oh my god. These are real tears. Wow. The city itself that you're looking at, all of the buildings seem like they are in really good condition. The walls aren't crumbling. All the signs, all of the writing is all still
Intact.
all still intact and readable. Yeah, I think readable is a word, right?
Yeah. Legible, ideally, but readable.
Legible. Yeah, that's
That's the one I was thinking
I
of.
feel like I've said that too much.
Can we understand any of it?
The ones that can read dwarf can.
Ronan, can you speak dwarf?
Can I? Oh, I actually might be able to actually.
Well, I mean, I know which one of your guys can speak dwarf.
I can speak dwarf.
Yeah, cool. It saves me having to get Newt out.
I actually didn't know that. When did I? So why can't I speak dwarf?
So yeah, so you start having a look around then, and you sort of catch some of the stuff that's written, and it was like you've got armorers, you've got heavy blacksmiths, you've got one of the scientists, Bunny Boiler. I think nobody asked what the Bunny Boiler is. Cool. But then yeah, everything's got a varied name. And then you get to one which is quite a large building. It's barracks.
What's a bunny boiler?
Yeah, Ronan, what's a bunny boiler?
Why do I know what a bunny boiler is?
You wouldn't know what a bunny boiler is, but Newt would. And Newt goes, well, a bunny boiler is actually a type of warm drink.
Oh.
Is it alcoholic?
Oh shit, Ronan.
That was unnecessarily aggressive.
It was just a
I just felt like
question.
I'd answer that the way Newt would answer it.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah.
I thought maybe it was like really obvious and we all had to know. Like, oh.
Well, I mean, do dwarves come up with anything that isn't alcoholic? They're noted for their beverages,
Oh, are they? Okay.
especially their vintage whiskey, which you guys got in so much trouble with.
Hmm.
Do you think they
Your
sell
game of Truth or
T-Rex?
Dare.
Truth or Dare? Well, we used to play
Oh
T-Rex.
yeah.
Yeah,
I
it's just
remember.
got us into quite a lot of trouble.
That was vintage dwarven whiskey
I don't think I
from the
was
city that
there.
was outside this city.
Ah.
You don't think what?
I don't think I was there.
No, you weren't. 855 was.
Yeah,
No,
he
it
was.
wasn't.
He was the one that caused all of it.
855 was there because he was the one that gave all of the really good ideas for the dares. But you weren't there. 855 was there, but you weren't there.
Yeah, we were trying to make it fun. Like, which of the group do you have a crush on? But then A55 was like, denounce your gods.
Oh, right. It was the one that it was right. So me as a person wasn't there.
Yeah, but 855 was.
You know, typically when you say if I was there, you wasn't. You mean my character. My character obviously wasn't there, but neither was I.
No, you weren't there, but 855.
Right.
Anywho,
Wow.
but yes, you find yourself in a huge like a central part of the city. It's almost like a town square where you are. All the paths lead to you. There is almost kind of like a remnants of a fountain in the middle, all dried up, no water in it now. But yeah, a huge city, a huge underground city. What are all your passive perceptions?
Passive perception. Oh, I think it's 12.
See what happens with the not paying attention.
Oh my god! It's 18.
That's a really high passive perception.
13.
14.
Well, you're all really high. Cool. So while you're all sort of like just looking around and getting the landscape of where you are, you see a few, like, almost like just out of the corner of your eye, but flickers of movement in the shadows of some of these buildings. And then the more you concentrate, the more movement you start to see.
Well, there's a lot. There's movement down there. So, yeah, look, I don't see what the harm is if we go and say hi.
Is it more of your nephews,
I
Dakari?
wouldn't have thought so.
How many nephews do you think the poor woman can pop out?
Wow, one,
Yeah.
but he's got a really big head.
So okay, it's good information.
Because you are a reptile, they lay eggs, for sure. A big egg.
I said egg.
Oh, it was really big. I thought you said a really big head.
No, it's just rattle.
But yeah, so that's what you're seeing at the minute. Somebody's gone, we should go and say hello.
So I think we should go say hello.
There appears to be a lot of them, though.
That just means more conversation, really.
Oh yeah.
I mean, there are people wanting to kill me, and my kind and wolves haven't really gotten on, from my understanding. But if you want to go say hello, I suppose we should go say hello.
Fair enough. You walk towards the barracks, which is where you've seen the most movement. And as you get there and the light sort of shines over you and in, you can see that inside there are about 20 furry bodies all sort of laying down on the ground.
Laying down,
Bodies.
laying down dead.
No, just laying down. Well, I mean, you don't know it at this point. You just know they're laying down.
So if we were to poke them with a stick, would they move?
I mean, try poking it with a stick.
All right, I poke it with a stick.
Where did you get the stick from?
I picked one up when we were last on New Serene that I forgot to tell you about.
All right. Yeah, sure. As you're looking over these woolen bodies laying on the floor, Rogie, you feel a tug on your leather jacket, and as you look down, standing at about 2 foot tall, huge brown eyes, big mop of furry brown hair, furry face, furry shoulders, furry chest, furry arms, furry everything. But standing there holding what looks like a doll in its arm.
Aww.
Excuse me. Who are you?
I am Rogu.
Oh, nice to meet you, Roku.
Who are you? No, who are you first?
Oh, my name is Isabella.
Aw, aren't you the sweetest little thing?
Thank you. And as she's talking, all of the bodies, all of these big furry things, all of a sudden start standing up. And now you're in a room with 20 to 30 7'2" fur balls.
Fur bowls.
Fur balls, yeah.
Ah, okay.
What Glendid is.
Ah.
Well, no, fur balls, bugbears. Bugbears, sorry, bugbears.
Yeah, I was about to say.
Bugbears. These things.
Oh, yeah. Are these people your friends, Isabella?
They're my family.
Oh,
Yeah. And then from the shadow, right in the back, you see two glints of blue eyes. Just stepping forward as a huge crab cat steps out of the shadows.
do you know where Glendid is, Mr. Cat? Or Mrs. Cat?
All of the other ones, they just sort of step out of the way and let the cat come through. Growls all the way up.
I don't think he.
Looks Ronan straight in the face and just goes.
Aw.
Well, hello.
Bearing in mind, its head's the same size as you, so it's like pushing you over with each knock.
I'll give him a little scratch under his chin. I like animals.
Yeah, he stands your chest high. It's like, it's not a little cat. So you'll be doing it there, like.
That's fine. That's fine.
Robo,
Yes.
did you say that you knew Glendid?
Yes, that's who we're trying to find.
He's my daddy.
Aww.
Interesting. How much do you love your daddy? Not a lot?
I love my daddy this much.
Interesting.
He's nice to all of us. He looks after us. Well, him and his big cat. And she just runs over, grabs hold of his leg, and literally, like, bottom half doesn't even come up to the knee.
Guess I'm gonna have to kill her too.
What was that, Ragu?
I said, that thing must wear a really big shoe.
That's actually good.
I suppose it would, yeah.
Sorry, that got me.
Whew. Got over that.
Oh dear, that one got me. Must wear a really big shoe. Yeah, I know where my daddy is. He's looking after his friend.
Oh yes, I think he's our friend too. Weird-looking fellow. Plants growing out of his face.
And she looks up at you and goes, in all fairness, you all look pretty weird.
Now, little girl, that's not very nice.
No, I mean it nicely.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, if you want to go and see Daddy, I can show you where he is.
Oh, yes, please.
Okay. Like literally grab handful of fur. Just climbs up onto the crag cat. Come on, kitty, go to Daddy. And just this cat has got one speed and one speed only. Just doesn't wait, just and you just sort of stand there and just watch her disappear off into the shadow. And as you all stand, and I'm assuming as you all stand there, pretty bemused with what you've just seen, he comes thundering back. Come on.
Start chasing after it.
Looked like Roger was thinking about stuff then.
Yeah. Moral dilemmas, really.
Moral dilemmas. As you set off jogging in the direction where the crab cat went, you're now running through like the centre of this city, and you look around, and there's furry people, like everywhere you look now, they're all sort of coming out and mingling. They've been given the okay that you're there, and there are hundreds of them living in this city.
Well, that's a lot of people, really.
Why'd they all live here?
Well, probably because it's a city. I don't even think they'd have to pay rent or taxes.
It's almost as if they're hiding from something.
Maybe.
Why
But
do they live here? Well, probably because it's a city.
I mean, in all fairness, that's not a bad answer.
Well, nice.
I wonder why he
Yeah,
lives here. Well, his house.
Yeah, right.
but it's underground, so you know they're probably hidden from the government. Don't have to pay for their water usage.
The further, sorry, the further you get into the city, the darker and more sinister this scene starts to set. You start to notice that along some of the bridges above you, that there are bodies hanging off of ropes. But the bodies themselves look completely skeletal. There's no remains on them at all. Maybe a few shreds of armour around them.
Curious.
Any armour with emblems we recognise?
You can roll me an investigation to see the emblems, or an intelligence to see if you know what the emblems are.
Intelligence, please, to see what they are. 15. No, 16.
You've seen these marks on quite a lot of other things. You notice them, especially you, because you went there twice. In the dwarven underground area on New Serene, when you went into the underground Eden.
Oh, yeah. The Fountain of Youth.
And yes, from when you went into the underground Eden and saw the gates, it all one victim, and all the stuff about the seed of life, which you just seem to have forgot about.
No, I remember.
All of the dwarven symbols that you're looking at are exactly the same. So whatever dwarves built that are the same dwarves that built this, and are the same dwarves. Who was with A55? Dudley. Dudley recognises the dwarven marks as well as the same dwarves that were making stuff out of Warforged parts and eating orcs. There's the cannibalistic ones that were living on the south of. I can't remember where they were. The cannibalistic ones that were living on the south of.
New Serene.
New Serene, yeah. To say, yeah, underneath the docks of New Serene, yeah. There.
Oh. So why don't dwarves live here anymore?
So you actually found that out as to why quite a lot of the dwarves are no longer on the islands. Once when did you learn that? Time Dragon, maybe? But you definitely got told it. The dwarves were all but extinct after the settlers left.
Okay.
Because there was nobody left to work with the dwarves to keep the natives at bay. Only the ones that buried themselves deep underground survived.
Okay.
All the rest of them basically got hunted down and killed and chopped up and dealt with.
Oh, so maybe the bugbears commandeered this cave after they found it. Oh. So they're the bad guys. Oh. So killing them wouldn't be a problem.
I know how your brain works, Jack.
Oh. Like any good criminal.
I just told you the dwarves were eating the natives, and the dwarves are the good guys.
Yeah. Don't fight fire with fire. Turn the other cheek and all that. But then...
They can bite it.
Hang on, what are you talking about doing, Jack? Oh, he's a bad guy. I shall kill him. That's not really turning the other cheek, is it?
True. But two rights make a left. Yes, that's the one.
Actually, technically, three rights would make a left.
Right. Yeah, two rights make a down. One down.
Two rights make a backwards.
Yeah. And I'm down with this idea.
Oh,
Cool. There we go. Problem solved.
this is your team, Ronan.
Oh yeah, just doing this monologue out loud while we're walking.
Yeah, it's if I go right and right, I'm going backwards. But if I go right and right, there's three rights make a left. The Zoolander are Dragonborns. I can't turn left. But anyway, you keep walking through. Go on, roll us all of you roll me a perception.
Ooh. Okay.
Oh, 26.
21.
I'm really hungry.
16. Saw that talk of dinosaur testicles, isn't it?
Yeah. I mean, I had my dinner. I had quiche, salad, and coleslaw. It was lovely, but
Oh, nice.
still hungry.
I had lamb burgers.
Ooh, nice.
But yeah, pretty good scores. While you're walking through again, you're noticing that there are more and more sort of dead bodies turning up, but the city is becoming less and less built. You're now heading further into the caves, and the flagstone work is being left behind, and now you're just getting to carved stone. I say carved, dug out, mined. There were loads of other places to go, but you're following the crab cat into the shadows. So, the one thing that you do notice is that one of the one dwarven body is sitting on a chair. Just an old wooden chair, still in one piece, and the body's sort of like sitting there slumped, and in his right hand, he's got a goblet, an old pewter goblet, and in his left hand, you can see that he's holding something clenched in his fist.
Can we pry it open?
Yeah, I mean, rigor mortis is set in, but you break it open. You can see that the body is completely... The beard's still intact, but it's a skull, like, everything's sunk in. The hair's all like hanging on by a thread. He's still fully encased in what armour he was wearing. When whatever demise came upon him happened. But as you open his hand, a couple of the fingers sort of like hang and then hang in the glove. But inside his hand, there is a golden locket.
May I pry open the locket?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll do that.
And as you pry open the locket, there are two very primitively drawn, but quite well done, pictures of dwarves, a male dwarf and a female.
Must be his kids?
Older than that.
Him and his lover?
Yeah. Parents?
Not that one.
Brother and sister?
You rolled quite high. The male one has a resemblance, especially what's left of the beard, to him.
Ah. Oh, how sweet. Are
The
there any...
locket should stay with him.
Yeah, good thinking.
Aw, that's really nice.
And then when Dakari isn't looking, take it back. No, I'm kidding. Leave it.
Have an inspiration for being,
Thank you very much.
I mean, Dakari's idea, but Roger agreed. So Roger gets one too.
I think you're all being soppy.
Take it, it's gold. Right? You know who'd be nicking it if he was here.
Yep.
But he ain't here. So I'm not gonna be no freaking prat and nick it.
Is there any evidence of a disaster that happened? Like, are there scorch marks or, like, I don't know, something like the rapture happened?
Ooh. Are you asking me, or are you asking the group, or what? What's the...
I will ask the group first.
Dakari, roll me a history.
Yeah, it seems weird, like all their bodies are intact.
Where is history? I'm missing some stuff off my thing.
You're missing some stuff off your thing?
Yeah, under skills. I don't have history. Oh yeah, I do.
I was going to say,
That
you
wasn't
must
there a
have
second
that.
ago.
Everybody's got history.
Okay. 9.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Dakari sits down and goes, "A tale was told when I was just a young dragonling about the demise of the dwarves. But fucked if I know what it was."
Hmm.
I
What about
think
Ronan?
I think it had something to do with no. It's gone.
Ronan, can you remember anything?
I don't know.
And not old enough and not an island.
Well, actually, I'm an
He is an islander,
islander.
isn't he?
Oh.
Yeah, I
I
am.
thought Ronan was an islander.
Yep, because I've got a nephew or a niece somewhere. No, no, I
Got a
don't.
great,
I
great,
have
great,
a
great,
great
great,
great
great,
great great
great,
great
great.
great 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 grandson or granddaughter somewhere, and they live on the island, don't they?
Yeah.
And when I got sent back in time, I did in fact get sent to here. So I believe I actually am an islander, or at least my family heritages.
Fine. But no, sure.
Because he might be his own dad.
Yeah.
Well, no, because no, I wouldn't be my own dad. I'd be my own great 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 granddad, maybe.
Well, yeah, same difference.
I do find that quite humorous and icky at the same time.
At what point? At what point was Ronan sent back? Like, has he come back further than the point that he was sent back from, or was he sent back from the future and now he's back in the past?
So he was sent. He was sent back from the war. He was part of the war 100 years ago. He's got memories of the war.
Right.
He was sent back from that, and now brought back now.
And when was the dwarf's downfall?
You don't know.
No, but you do.
I know.
Because you
You don't
said he
know.
was too old. He wasn't old enough. But he's from the war times.
Yeah, but the war was 100 years ago. You're in a 250-year-old village.
Have you know? I was actually on this island a couple 100 million years ago.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but that's too old. It
Oh.
also means that you're not your own great 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 granddad.
So if the dwarves, right, the dwarves were part of the war, and 100 years later, there's no dwarves. So at some point in the last century,
Cool. So yeah, he wouldn't know anything about it.
because he wasn't there, he was back playing with dinosaurs. But yeah, you do know it's in there. Your knowledge is there, but you just didn't roll well enough.
No.
Which is the problem with most of these things. I've got loads of stories to tell, and I can't because dice rolls are rubbish.
Maybe we can ask Glendid. Maybe he'll know.
You step through into a shadowy walkway, and now the smell of brimstone and soot. I was going to go snooty. Yeah. Brimstone and soot fill the air, and the air suddenly gets stuffy and hot. Bright yellow glow appears in front of you at the end of a tunnel.
I shall walk towards it.
And as you do such a thing, something catches your eye. You have been walking through what was a grand underground city. And you now bear witness on a lava-filled cavern full of huge pieces of stone bridges, and in the far distance a massive almost underground castle.
Ooh.
But in the distance. If you give me a second. What is going on? My phone has just decided to start messing around with me. I had everything sorted and then my phone went. Well, there we go. That's better. Now I'll send it. There you go. Picture's been sent to the group to give you a sort of look at what it is. But there are huge dwarven statues depicting whether they were royalty, patrons, paladins, and gods.
Cool, damn. Swanky.
And right in the far distance, jumping from rock to rock to rock, you can see a white cat just.
I suppose we better make our way, guys.
Is there a safer way than jumping rock to rock?
I mean, there are bridges and walkways and all sorts of stuff to get there. Yeah.
Cool.
What's the
widest
quickest
bridge, please.
way?
Well, look at the picture and tell me what the quickest way is.
The big bridge.
Certainly looks like it.
In this picture, what way are we going?
You're really well. You're following the cat heading to the castle.
All right, onward to the bridge.
Okay.
The stonework that you're standing on is so hot, it actually starts to sear the bottom of your feet.
I mean, me and Rogu should be all right, surely. As
Well, no, you're the ones that are suffering the most because you've got bare feet.
well, yeah, but we're also half dragon and dragonborn, respectively.
And I have dinosaur shoes, so
I could done with those shoes.
I would have thought there'd be a natural.
Mate, if I took a lizard and put it in a frying pan, it wouldn't want to stay in there very long.
Well, yeah, a lizard doesn't breathe fire. In all
But-
fairness.
if you put a mouse inside of a lizard's foot and put it in a frying pan, it would get a little bit toasty.
You
Right,
can't
so-
argue with the boy's logic.
Yes.
Wiser words never spoken.
Yes. I love Ronan's logic. Ronan's logic is amazing. If I put a mouse in a lizard's foot and put it in a frying pan, then the mouse will get roasted. Yeah.
No, the mouse wouldn't get roasted because it'd be inside the lizard foot. It'd just get a little bit toasted, be a little bit warm.
No, it'll die.
Eventually,
Because it being a lizard foot.
Oh, right, yeah.
so we shall make haste and be quick over these stones while sweating profusely.
How many wild shapes do I have left?
You haven't used any since you woke up?
When did I wake up?
About
The last time you went to sleep.
So it was in the session.
Huh?
Oh, I woke up in the session.
Last session.
Last session.
You had breakfast and tried to poison the freaking guy that bought you breakfast.
Oh yeah, of course. Okay, I'll wild shape into a pterodon.
Oh, it's cheating.
And I will try and pick up Rogu first and see how freely I can move, and then I'll try my luck on Takara.
Okay. Well, yeah, but there's also Newton.
Yeah. But Dakar is the heaviest one, so Rogu as an average person, I will try.
Okay. You turn into a pterodon. As soon as you turn into the pterodon, the thermals in this room are impossible to fly to. The amount of heat and upward air just pushes you straight to the ceiling.
Oh. Well, that's not too bad, I suppose.
He literally goes, "Here, guys, watch this. I'm going to turn into a..." Just disappears. Just like opening a kite and just...
Okay.
What are you doing out there?
If I tuck my wings...
You go into a dive, yeah.
No, but don't... No, look. So this is possible. Still face upwards, like as if I would be normally flying, but just tuck my wings and fall, and try and fall enough for somebody to grab onto me so I can reopen my wings and then go back up. And
yeah, I'll give you with the... There is no feasible way of flying inside this cavern. The thermals are just too much.
Okay.
You're not carpet, and this isn't the Cave of Wonders.
Well, I would like to. If I'm on a roof, I would like to try and shuffle myself to be just above the bridge.
Okay, so just above the bridge. You only went upwards.
And I would like to unwild shape.
Cool. No!
Do I land on the bridge?
Yeah, well, that's where you put yourself.
Okay. And I have rope, I think. Shit, I don't have rope. Why do I not?
It's a bridge.
Yeah, to get them up.
They're on the bridge.
Oh. Oh.
You said we're going to walk across the bridge, and then you went, "I'm going to turn into a pterodon."
Yeah, I know, but I thought the bridge was. Oh.
He thought we were on the ground because of the perspective of the photo, of the picture.
Oh yeah, and if I can't do anything with the picture because I can't get it on the PC. But you are on that bridge. See the big bridge with the legs that are leading to the castle? Yeah. Where it says right up in the top left-hand corner where it says Dragonade.
Yep.
You're on the bridge there.
If we run, our feet won't hurt. Come on. Yeah, proper roadrunner speed. Meet me. Vroom.
Fair enough.
I use my dash action.
And as many other actions as you've got to get yourself there. And you run pretty, you all sort of like get going, and you can hear the as everything on you is rattling and bounding, and you sort of get 3/4 of the way across the bridge, and as each of you keep running, you start to feel the bridge sort of like under each step. Almost as if the heat of the room that you're in is melting the brickwork.
Cool. Screw that. While you're running, you sort of look around and you're sort of catching, and you can see that the bridge that used to run parallel to this, or what's left of the bridge that used to run parallel to this, has all but collapsed into the lava below. Maybe they should get rid of the lava. It's causing more problems than it's worth.
You get to the bottom. I mean, you make it across the bridge. Takes you a while. It was a marathon, not a sprint. And none of you have actually taken a rest for the last sort of 9-10 hours. So could I possibly please get a survival?
I think I'm good at that too.
Have we still got the exhaustion?
No, you lost that. You're going to sleep.
Oh, I'm awesome at survival.
We didn't reset it, man.
30-20.
17.
Nat 1.
Takari, you suffer 1 point of exhaustion.
Should have opened my fucking mouth.
Hello. Hello. Oh, I can get rid of my exhaustion, can't I? I forgot I even had it.
That means I'm at a disadvantage on rolls, right?
Yep. Going to come in really handy soon.
Yeah, wonderful.
But you sort of get there, and as you sort of like get onto this white stonework of the beautiful building that's in front of you, the natural stone, like sandstone of it, is a lot cooler under your feet. And you see standing at the top of the steps, the giant cat just sitting there. Just having a wash.
So shall we continue?
Yeah, Amber, tell it.
Mhm.
I still think it's crazy you can hear that. I can barely hear it.
You walk up one set of steps and across, and then out the second set of steps. As you start walking up the third set of steps, the cat's just sitting there, just quiet, and just giving the old wash. And you walk out there, and Ronan just happens to walk past and gets a. Your face is about head height.
No. All right. Is it not like me or something?
No, it was just making noise.
Oh, okay.
Cat. And you see standing up at the main door, there's just this little teeny weeny sized person going, "Come on!" Just still holding the little dolly in her arm.
You're so sweet.
We're coming, don't worry.
Goes up to the door. Daddy! Screams at the doorway. Opens the door and goes in and just shouts, "Come on! Daddy!"
You're really impatient, isn't she?
Well, she takes after her dad, you know. All of a sudden you hear, "Daddy!" And the daddy stops really quickly.
Oh no, what's happened?
It wasn't me. Did we see where she went?
She went
What's
in the
happened?
door. She left the door ajar. She knocked on the door, screamed "Daddy!" Opened the door, stepped in, screamed "Daddy!" and then "Daddy!" and then disappeared. Well, the noise stopped.
I think I should. I'm going to have a look inside.
Yeah, good idea.
You rush up to the door and open it up, and as you open it up inside, the inside of this is immaculate. It is as royal and as regal as any building that any of you have ever graced, including Rogu, who used to live in a palace. It's marble floors, pearl handles on stuff, carved, naked women carved into all of the sort of like the artwork around the sides, and all carved into all of the pillars that are sort of around. It's it's decadent, I think is the word. Almost looks like that grand ballroom that you sort of walk into. There are a bunch of snobby people sipping martinis and talking about artwork.
Awesome.
Any sign of where the midget went?
No. You can see that there are 2 or 3 doorways off of this room that you're currently standing in, which is like the main entranceway. There is a huge staircase that leads up the centre, and 2 doors either side of the staircase.
Isabella. Darling.
No answer came, then I'll reply.
Shall we check the first door?
Right then.
I shall stick my head through door number 1.
Don't make it to the door. So as you start walking across this marble floor, it opens up and you go.
Ah,
And as it opens up and you start to fall through, I'll give you a dexterity saving throw.
Ooh.
All of you, including Ronan. There we go.
8.
17.
What are we rolling?
Dexterity saving throw.
Oh, I didn't even hear that.
Did you not hear that the floor opened up and swallowed Dakari?
I did. I heard a, but I didn't hear anything about dexterity. 16.
Okay. Roger and Ronan and Dudley and Newt all manage to hold themselves back as the floor opens up as Dakari goes, "Blah!" Disappears through the hole.
I don't think he would make that sound.
All right then.
Better.
Ah,
You hear and then the floor just goes back again.
God damn it.
well, it sounds like wherever the car has just gone, Isabella went as well, so we might as well follow them.
Cool. You step onto the floor, and nothing happens.
What if I like keep jumping on the floor, trying to re-trigger it?
Nothing happens. All three of you jump up and down. Nothing happens.
Ronan, you can speak crag cat, can't you?
Unless the Cragcat speaks Sylvan, that's the only other language I've got.
Worth a shot.
Okay.
No.
No, and I can speak the Cragcat. I can, because it's a creature, and I can look at it, what it's doing, and listen to it and hear it.
No,
Right.
and say that again and read it properly.
Oh, I wasn't reading. I was from memory.
No, because you're wrong. You can look at an animal. And
I can decipher their noises and motions.
Yes, as to how they're feeling,
Yeah.
which is why this cat likes you and keeps licking you.
Right.
You can't talk to it,
I can.
but you can. Whether it understands you or is a different matter.
Yeah, it can. Beasts understand my speech.
Great.
Part of the skill.
Okay.
It's actually, yeah. Okay.
Well, that was what he was asking for.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Can you ask the cat where the other two have gone?
Okay. Where have the other two gone?
Meow, 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 meow. Because he
Can
can
you
understand
point-
you, but you can't understand it.
Can you point, please?
And the cat, he looks at you confused and just kind of goes,
Can you ask it to take us to it? Because
Oh, to be fair, that's a good idea. Can you take us to where they've gone?
like, he almost rolls his eyes. His cat walks in the door and looks, and then suddenly looks again and looks and looks and like, and then now you get to see what he's doing. Panic fills its face.
I assume they're supposed to be here.
And then just starts sniffing around, and he's just checking everything around the room. Goes to the floor, starts sniffing, and
What?
almost starts sniffing along the crack where the floor went down.
Right. Can I try and trigger the floor to go down again?
Or Rogu tried it, nothing happened.
So was there a door on where over where this crack thing is?
No, there was a trap.
Right.
Walked across the floor, and the floor opened up. The car fell through. You guys then tried to re-trigger it, and nothing happened.
Okay. Do you know what is underneath where we're standing at all? Okay.
And you know when dogs try and dig for a floor? Cat starts doing that. Just pouring at where the mark was. Starts jumping up, banging both paws down.
Well, I think it's in here, guys.
Cool.
I don't know if it is cool, but I am going to stand in the middle of it and try and jump on it the same the cat's doing. See if the joint pressure makes it break.
Well, all three of you tried that before you got the cat in here. But you could
Yeah, well, now there's a cat here, so
so you try with the cat, nothing happens.
no.
All four of you jump up and down. Nothing happens.
Is there like an obvious lever on the wall or something to?
Nothing obvious, no.
All right. Well, I guess we just do something.
Can I investigate the room to see if there is anything else, like any more trapdoors or anything that we're just not seeing?
Yeah, if you want to.
Okay. Investigation. Flat roll 16.
So you start looking around the room. You leave the centre of leave the centre of the room. The cat stays there, still sniffing, still trying to find any kind of gap. But you start looking around and you start grabbing hold of light fixings and pulling them, and grabbing hold of all sorts of other stuff, thinking they're levers. Looking at all the floor work around. But you don't seem to notice anything. Walking around like the edge of this central forum. But as you do that, the door at the top of the stairs opens up, and out of it steps a familiar looking bugbear. Hey, gentlemen! So nice to see you.
Right. Hello.
Hey, pussycat, what are you doing here? Eh? And as soon as he does that, the pussycat looks up, and the floor opens, and he goes down the hole. And the floor goes back up again.
Well, why have you done that to the pussycat?
But he goes, hey, where'd my pussycat go? And he runs down the stairs and frantically looking at the floor. And we'll come back after the break.
Oh.
So, Isabella, Dakari, and now the Crag Cat have all fallen through the floor. And while the rest of you are upstairs, now with a distraught Glendy, because he just watched his precious cat disappear through a trapdoor, we're going to go down to the ones that are falling through. Dakari, as you fall through the trapdoor, you go faster than you've ever gone before. Gravity takes over and there is no stopping you, trying to grab hold of everything. This is a marble slide. There is no wear on it, no jags, no nothing. It's as smooth as a dragonlin's bum. And you race down this thing, just picking up more and more and more and more and more speed. Until all of a sudden the slide disappears. And you find yourself floating in the air. But everything goes in slow motion, like falling down. until you hit water. Just
Wonderful. Is it pitch black or can I see anything?
funnily enough, it is amazingly lit down there. There is a blue glow everywhere in this cavern.
Curious. Can I see where the blue glow is coming from? Or is it just all lit up with blue?
It's the whole thing's got a blue hue.
Can I hear or see anything?
You hear, hello, hello.
I shall wave back. Is she in the water or is she on the side?
No, she's on the edge, still standing there, shivering and holding her dolly.
Okay, I'll start swimming over.
Hi. Where are
What?
we?
I was just about to ask you the same question. I don't know. I
Oh.
fell through the floor.
I fell through the floor. I was going in to see my daddy, and then the floor opened up, and now I'm down here, and I don't like it.
Have you ever seen the floor open up before?
No.
Curious.
Do you know how to get back to my daddy?
No. But we'll find a way, and I'll keep you safe.
Oh shit! Sorry, Dad. And she looks at her dolly and goes, "Naughty word."
Yes.
And then while you're sort of like on the edge, you hear.
Well, it looks like we're not the only ones that fell through the floor.
And all you can hear is.
Can it swim?
Not to your eyes, no. Because we go with, it's a fucking cat.
Can I jump in and try and help him?
You can jump in and try and help him, yeah.
I shall jump in and try to help him. I grab hold of his fur and start swimming back to shore.
Give me an athletics of whether you can hold this big cat and swim at the same time.
$24.
Yeah, great. You literally just grab hold of his head. Just stop moving. Bang. The cat gets on the side. It gives the old shake, and you get the mane just goes. Trying to clear all of its sinuses with water. Go straight out to Isabella, just start snuggling in her.
Can I see anything that looks like maybe a way out? Or
You can see that there are a couple of pathways leading out of here, but from the direction that the slide went, and you just basically as far as you're concerned, you went straight down. There was no turning. You just went like a rocket. But from the direction that you believe you're looking, it's taking you further into the mountains.
ugh.
Everything else just seems closed off.
Are they all very similar, these exits? Or?
As I say, they're just there's just a couple of holes in the stonework that look like they might be tunnels going off.
Right.
And I say a couple, I mean take two.
Right, then, little girl. You and the cat stay close. We're going to try and get out of here.
And again, she climbs up the fur, just sits on the back of the cat.
And I'll lead them to the first opening I can get to.
As you're walking around the water and with the blue hue coming, you can see that like everything's sort of lit up, and it's just the blue of the water that seems to be reflecting on everything. But there's nothing special about the water. There's no glow from it. There's no anything. But it just seems that the water seems to be what's reflecting and making this cavern so light. But what you do notice are all of these little blue flowers around the edge of the water, and how like the actual flower of them themselves is glowing with this hue.
Do they smell at all?
Give one a sniff.
I shall pick one and give it a good sniff.
Smells like your favourite thing in the world.
Interesting.
What would a Dragonborn's favourite thing be? Meat.
Meat.
Smells like meat.
A good steak. Can I put? Have I got pockets?
You got your little bag.
I shall put some in my little bag.
How many do you want to pick up?
Let's go with 6.
Okay, picks up half a dozen. When you notice, even though after you pick them, the blue hue stays and it glows. Even after you pick them.
I'll give one to the girl to try and cheer her up a bit before we set off.
She holds it, she gives it a good sniff and goes, strawberries. Two doors, or two ways, left or right.
Let's go left.
You walk through the left-hand side, and this isn't very deep. It isn't very long. But what you stumble across is a campsite. Straight away. It's almost as if they built this into the side of this cavern. There is remnants of a fire long been put out. An A-frame over the top of it where they would have hung a pot. You can see that there are a few bits of stuff left behind. Nothing that's overly important, but more to say that somebody has been here. Just remnants of a campsite. Pretty much all that's in there. The whole thing is only maybe 25 foot round.
Okay. I suppose we should go out and go to the right instead then.
As you get to the right one leads you to, in English, the right one takes you to a stone staircase.
Can I see anything written on the walls or anything like that, or is it just a stone staircase?
It is just a stone staircase. They're jagged, they're not clean. They've literally been carved out of the stone that was there.
I suppose we should start walking up.
And as you start walking up the stairs, the crab cat comes under, lifts your arm up, so that your arm's resting on top of his head. And
while he's there, a little scruff.
And while he's doing that, Isabel grabs hold of your arm and cuddles it.
And I shall continue to lead them up the stairwell.
Cool. We'll go back to the top. Guys that are in this main hallway. Glendid is distraught after watching his beloved cat disappear through this. It's guys, what are you doing here? What are you doing here, eh? Why are you here? I told you, Constantine in good hands. You don't need to come.
Well, I suppose your daughter and your cat led us here, really.
Isabella, where is Isabella? She's a beautiful child. Where is? And you literally go, she's down there. You're joking.
No.
And you run into, starts jumping up and down, gets on the floor, starts pounding. Have you ever seen an angry bugbear? They're quite terrifying. You notice after about 6 or 7 hits, the marble starts to crack.
Nice.
What?
Yeah.
What? Well, no.
That's all we should be pissing off.
I would just like to say, sir, we were just here because why were we here?
Why are we here?
We asked where your dad is and where Constantine is, and then little girl led us here.
Oh yeah, no, we
Yeah, no.
Oh, I'm trying to remember why we actually came now.
To check on Constantine to make sure he wasn't dead after the weed killer incident.
Oh right, yeah.
Yeah, it's the least you could do.
Is Constantine all right?
Yes, he's fine.
Well, thank you for.
You literally just told him his daughter's gone for a trap door. He don't give a fuck about Constantine.
Yeah.
Quick, we must go. And he gets up and he runs through the left-hand door. And you hear a load of ding, cling, clang, cling, ding, ding, and he steps out and he's got this massive 6-foot handle with a massive ball hammer on the end. Just
Oh.
and just
Oh.
he hits this floor sort of like half a dozen times with this huge freaking hammer. But nothing's moving. Although there's cracks, nothing's moving.
Do you have any like spells or powers you could use, Rodan?
Well, I mean, of course I have spells, but I don't think I have any that could really help this situation. Unless he wants to fix his floor, because I mean, I can.
Cast bending. Oh no! You cracked the floor.
Yeah, I could do that one all right, but I don't think that's really what he wants right now.
Okay, is there anything that would be conducive to what we were trying to accomplish?
By getting into the hole.
No, by planting some flowers. Yes, getting in the hole.
No, I actually think I could plant some flowers. Really?
No, let's stick with the hole.
Okay.
What about you, Rogu? Have you got any magic?
No, I don't have it anymore.
Unless you want me to, I can thunderclap. I can.
Thunderclap might work. What's his name? Newt, you have magic missile, right? Can't you missile the floor? Does everyone
He
attack
sort of
you?
looks at you and just kind of goes, "Where's the money in that?"
If we save the girl, he might pay us.
And again, you said you mentioned her, and he looks at you just.
See?
Ah, I know. Catches his breath. I know. I know where to go. I've heard that there is a basement in the house. Quick, you must come with me. Come, small ones. And he literally grabs the two little ones by the scruff, and you just see them fly.
All right, follow.
So he carries the two little ones across the floor, and he starts taking them up the staircase. Dudley follows, but Rogu, as you follow, the floor opens.
Ah.
I'll give you a dexterity to stop yourself.
All right. $21.
Nice. Again, you manage to save yourself. But as soon as you jump off, the floor goes. And he drops the two little ones, turns around, what did you do?
Nothing. I was following you, and the floor opened up again. But now it's shut.
Runs back over, picks up his hammer one more time.
I cast mending on the broken marble.
He sort of puts the hammer down, he sort of walks away from it, and all of a sudden he picks it. And while you're just smiling, grabs you, just up, uses you to open the door. Just.
Well, that wasn't really nice, sir. That kind of hurt my back.
You'll be fine. Now we must find my poor Isabella. Now they're all alone with just the cat for the fucking company.
No, actually, the big red guy, he actually fell down there as well.
She's not alone. She has a strong hero with her.
Yeah,
This is good news.
I agree.
Fantastic news. But still, we still must find them.
I also agree.
You're a very agreeable person. Now do something useful.
I don't know.
You see him. He grabs his leather jacket or leather waistcoat, puts it on, sort of like ties it up. He's got a turtle shell sort of like shoulder armor. Puts it on. Grabs two huge freaking axes, one in each hand. Sort of like 2 foot head on it. Right. Let's go find our friends and my poor Isabella.
I agree, sir.
Yes.
You walk through what was probably a master bedroom, and you can see Constantine with a quick glance laying on the bed, but he's been enveloped in something a plant that you've never seen on him before. and he's been enveloped in a red vine,
Oh,
almost like
Hmm.
he's been cocooned.
guys, he's turning to the dark side.
Hmm.
What do you want about dark side? He's there. He's healthy. He's not dying.
Why is he red?
Because he's what I wrapped him in.
Why, if I can ask that?
Ah, well,
Please?
when he arrived, he was dying. So I wrapped him in a healthy vine, and now he's not dying. With the power of
Huh.
Ilmon Frictamin, he is absorbing from the earth. And this will make him better.
I see.
And then as you look at the vine, you can actually see that the vine is coming in from out the window.
Oh. Well, at least we know it's natural. And it's probably a really good thing that it's working.
Yes. Your friend no longer dying. Stable.
That's lovely. Thank you, sir.
Good. Now shut up talking. Go find Fred and Isabella. And he
Well,
opens,
I was actually just going to follow you, sir.
and he opens the door and just starts. You just see him disappear, walking down spiral staircase.
It's a spiral staircase. I would like to try and roll myself into a ball and roll down the spiral staircase, please.
Well, after the guy that's just gone in front of you. Just,
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know why, but sure, you roll down a couple of flights and just go. You sort of like roll again, and then go and slide, because you're a druid. You're not a shapeshifter. You're not a ball. It
Well,
worked
no,
for
I
you,
just want to do some roly polies, really.
you did a couple of roly polies, but eventually the roly polies stopped, and you end up sliding and banging the back of your head against a step.
Oh, it's all right.
Cool.
See, Rogan knows that hurts.
Hmm.
Well, I got there first.
We haven't got anywhere. It just keeps going.
Oh. Okay. Well, I'll start rolling again then.
For God's sake. Fine, you just keep rolling. Roll. You go in front of him and you just keep rolling.
Yeah.
Keep rolling. And you just disappear off. And Blended turns around and goes, "What is wrong with you?"
Huh. Hmm. At least he's not talking about dinosaur testicles again.
Dinosaur testicles. Okay, sure.
They don't taste very nice.
I said, they don't taste very nice.
Yeah.
So he's gonna be very dark down there. Then he grabs a candelabra off of one of the shelves, like just as walking around, and lights it. And now you're walking down, following him and some candlelight.
Hmm.
But Ronan, because you decided to roll down,
Yeah.
rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and vomited and rolled and rolled and rolled and rolled and vomited a bit more. And by the time you get down to the bottom, because rolling downstairs is not something that a normal person would do, I'm going to give you 8 points of bludgeoning damage. Because you're a fool.
8. Oh, man.
Well, because the one thing you didn't ask me is, how far down does this go?
No, you just said it kept on going. So I said, I'm going to keep on going. So
So
I
you kept
rolled.
going, so I'm giving you 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
But I was only rolling on a river. But there just wasn't a river, really.
Hmm.
Fine, I'll take my 8 points of bludgeoning damage.
Thanks.
Have I reached the bottom now?
You have, yeah, but it's pitch black and you can see nothing. But you've got dark vision.
I produce flame.
Cool. You produce flame. You are in a basement.
You maths.
And as you produce the flame and create the light, you see all sorts of rodents just scatter.
Oh.
But in this basement, you see bags of wheat, barrels of stuff, shelves of more stuff. And there's corn, there's sprouts. There's enough food down there to feed a fairly large family.
That's nice. I quite like food, really.
But as you sort of step into this basement a little more and look around, you can see that one side there is a huge gaping hole in the brickwork, which leads to a 8-foot round tunnel.
An 8-foot round tunnel.
And it is perfectly round.
Well, that sounds like a tunnel to me, really. So,
Come, friends. Are you alright? Very good. You got all your stuff?
Mm-hmm.
Right, we've reached the bottom floor. This is the basement where we keep the food. Ah, you're still alive. Very good. Put the flame out before you burn the house down.
Yeah, I was about to say, Ronan, are you dead? But no, you're fine.
Now, gentlemen, this is what I was telling you about. This hole was made by a giant worm. Big purple thing.
oh,
Lives inside of mountain.
why is that in your house?
Oh, because it came in here to steal the food. But I do believe that all of you have killed this creature.
Hmm.
No, I haven't.
No? Are you sure you don't kill the creature?
I don't think I have, but I'm sure somebody in my crew has.
Does he speak the truth? Has somebody
Yes.
in the crew killed the creature? This is good. This means the tunnel is now unoccupado.
Bellissimo.
We can use this to get to the under caverns.
Perfect.
This is only way I know down. But I hope Isabella is okay.
I'm surprised in all the time you presumably lived in the house, you've never noticed the trapdoor before.
In truth, I don't live in house. I normally live in city with the rest of family.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
We only came here because it was only place to get the red wine from the lava.
Oh, okay. Oh, that makes sense.
We don't normally partake in the living of this. We store the food because it's nice and warm. But we don't. None of us live here. Little bit too swanky for our liking. Give me a nice big ball of hair, and I will cuddle up and sleep like a baby. I'm sure your big red friend is the same. Not for the comforts of the normals. You give him rock for pillow, he'll be fine. But we venture into the cave anyway. Gentlemen, into the unknown.
Into the unknown.
I was expecting Michael to do that, not you. But that's fine. I'm glad somebody did it. So you start walking through the tunnel. We go back to the other three. And as you walk up the staircase. You don't go very high before it levels out, and you reach. I'd say a door, but it's not a door. It's almost like it's just a plank of wood leaned up against a hole.
Right. I shall push the wood away.
As you push the wood away, you hear the noise. For the drums in the deep. And the crag cat growls. Isabella grabs hold of your arm and goes, I'm scared. And we'll continue it next week.
That's the second week in a row you've finished it on.
More information they know what to do with. Well, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, take care.